All right. We have Jamie Courtney here.
All right.
Phillips County Town, or excuse me, State of Michigan versus Jamie Courtney. 21S 392475A, 75B, and 75C. There's 3 civil infractions here alleging that on July 3rd of this year on I-94 at or near Grove Road, there's speeding at 26 to 30 miles per hour the speed limit, improper passing on the right side, and a no proof of insurance citation. Trooper, do you have any proposed resolution, or are you ready to proceed today?
Yes, sir. I haven't talked to Ms. Courtney, but I did issue the no proof of insurance on scene. I did look this morning. She does have insurance. However, the proof she provided was expired at the time. We could possibly dismiss that if she'd like, and we can have a hearing on the first 2 if she'd like. I'm not sure what her idea is for today or what her intentions are, but I can always ask her that as well.
Okay. Ms. Courtney, I assume there's no objection to dismissing the no proof of insurance. We'll just take care of the easy one first here, right?
Right.
Okay, court will dismiss that on the trooper's motion. Okay, so your basic options remaining on the other 2 are you have 3 options and they're available interchangeably. You don't have to pick the same option for all of them necessarily, but your options are you can admit responsibility without an explanation. That's basically paying the tickets and asking for time to pay if needed. Or you can admit responsibility with an explanation. The court will take that explanation into consideration. If there are any mitigating factors in the explanation, that could be taken into consideration with regard to fines and costs. The court, however, does not have discretion with regard to points on your license. That is a function of the Secretary of State. Or your third option would be to deny responsibility. The court would then take sworn testimony both from yourself and the trooper. And based upon a preponderance, which means roughly 51% to either side, as a standard of proof, the court would then make a determination as to whether or not you are responsible for the civil infraction. Do you have any questions with regard to these 3 options?
No.
Okay. And Trooper, did you have any further questions for her before we begin?
No, sir.
All right. So, ma'am, as to the speeding citation, how did you want to proceed?
I don't know how fast I was going. He said something about 25 miles. I don't believe that. So.
Okay. Indicates.
I'm going to say no because I don't believe I was. Yeah.
How fast do you think you were going, Ms. Courtney?
When you got behind me and flashed, I was not speeding. So I'm not understanding when you had stopped me that you said something about passing. I didn't find out about speeding until you came back with the ticket.
Okay, we can have a hearing then if you'd like to, sir.
All right. And how do you want to proceed on the improper passing citation now?
I'm trying to understand what he mean by improper passing. When I seen him, I was in the 3rd lane and I got over to the middle lane. And then he got behind me and sped up on me. So I got back over because it was, as you can see on the ticket, it was nighttime. I'm a single female driving by myself. I'm not going to have somebody ramming down on me. So that's another reason I don't believe I was speeding, because he caught up with me. How could I have been speeding if you flew down on me?
You'll get your say on everything, but we need to do it in a proper order here. Okay, so you want to deny responsibility on both? Is that right?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Would you both please raise your right hand to be sworn? You do swear or affirm the testimony you provide today with the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth and matter before the court today?
True.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you both. All right, ma'am. I'll hear from the trooper first. I'll give you an opportunity to respond. Ask both parties refrain from interrupting each other. If there are questions for the other party, please direct those to the court and not directly to each other. All right, trooper, you may proceed.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. Trooper Tweetmeyer again, Michigan State Police, Bright Post. On this date and time, I was on a traffic detail grant. This date in question was 7/3 of 2021, so July 3rd of 2021 at approximately 10:44 p.m. While sitting stationary on eastbound I-94 near Michigan, I observed this vehicle in the left lane at a high rate of speed on laser at the above distance of 418.4 feet in the left lane at approximately 89 miles per hour, twice noted. I pulled out of the shoulder and followed the vehicle. The vehicle then passed several cars, approximately 10 to 15 other vehicles, while still in the left lane. This vehicle was in the left lane, uphill at Huron, as you well know, around the curve there, up the hill, and on the moving radar in front of my vehicle at 97, 98, and then 99 miles per hour with a steady readout. The top speed was observed on top of the hill at Huron there where the overpass meets. And then while going downhill, she decelerated to 93, 94 miles per hour. The driver then moved from the far left lane to the far right lane without making any sort of maintaining a lane of travel and passed two vehicles on the right prior to coming back to the middle lane. The driver was stopped just west of Grove. I made contact with the driver and the music was blaring. I asked the driver for a driver's license, registration, and insurance and informed her the reason for the stop. She did not say a word. I asked if she could hear me and she advised she was just doing what I asked her and wouldn't acknowledge any further. The driver then did not say how fast she was going, but said she works for the hospital. The driver handed me a expired proof of insurance through AAA that expired on May 15th of 2021. And I asked her if it was the same insurance and she advised yeah or yes. The driver was unable to provide proof of registration on the initial approach. She was cited for the speed, 25 over, and power passing on the right, and then no proof of insurance.
Trooper, just to clarify, the passing, did that occur before or after you activated your emergency lights?
That was before. She was in the left lane while going downhill at Huron, made a far all the way to the right lane down the hill, and then came back to the middle lane prior to Grove, prior to activating the emergency overhead lights.
Okay. And you indicated you took tracks both by LiDAR and radar?
Correct. Yes, sir. And they were both working and functioning properly before and at the end of my shift as tested positive.
Okay. All right, Ms. Courtney, what do you want to tell the court?
Just what I said, Your Honor. I did not know how fast I was going. And when he got behind me, I went from the left lane to the middle lane, and I had got back over because he sped down on me. And I'm going to, at that time of night, driving by myself, I'm going to get out of the way of a speeding car. Then he got behind me and cut on his light. And then I got over to the far end.
Okay. So you said you were in the left lane and then went to which lane? The center lane?
Yeah, I went to the center lane. Yeah.
Okay. So the trooper testified that before he got behind you, before he initiated the stop, he witnessed you in the right lane, far right lane, passing cars, and then moved back over to the center lane from there. Did you have a response to that?
I can't recall doing that. If I did it, I wasn't aware of it at the time because I was into the lane when he got behind me. I noticed the cars that are around me. So when I was in the left lane, I got over to the middle lane. There was two cars that were still behind me in the left lane. There was nobody in the center lane, and there was somebody driving in the far right. I don't know about all these 10 cars that he's seen. I didn't see that.
Okay.
And then, like I said, he pulled out from behind the car that separated the both of us. And he sped down on me, and he cut his lights on, and I got back over into the left lane. Well, I mean, when he sped down on me, I got back over. Then he cut his lights on when he got back over behind me.
Okay, thank you.
So I can only testify to what I remember happening. And I remember him speeding down on me.
Okay. Trooper, you were stationary at what point?
I was stationary initially at eastbound I-84 in Michigan, in which I observed the laser at that point.
Okay. So how far of a distance would you have to travel roughly to get to where she was?
I would say a little over a tenth of a mile. As the laser indicated, I was 418.4 feet at the initial time that the last laser notification was, and that is when I pulled out.
Okay. But then it took you some time to catch up to her?
Correct. Yes, sir. I don't know the exact amount or the exact distance, unfortunately.
That's okay. So you went from, you said you were at the interchange of 94 in Michigan?
Yes, sir.
Reading?
Yes, sir. Right on the shoulder there, on the right shoulder.
Okay. And the stop was at what point?
The stop was at eastbound in Grove.
Okay. So Michigan. So you traversed basically the entire Ypsilanti area.
Correct. Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's quite a distance. Okay. All right. So Ms. Courtney, you understand that his initial sighting of you was well before he actually pulled you over. So that's how he's able to observe a number of different things that he described. So he's behind you for a while. Okay. Anything else you wanted to add, ma'am?
I mean, no, I can only tell you what I said. And I also felt like he didn't say everything that happened when he got to my car. He told me that I had an attitude. And from that point on, yes, I did not feel like responding to him because I felt that was not the right thing to say. If he had a partner, like it's us now, I would have been more comfortable talking to him. But in this climate, no. He's pulling me over. It's 10 o'clock at night. It's just him and me. I can't find the paperwork. I can't feel comfortable to be digging around my car. And I'm telling him that I had it. If he went back to his car and it took him a while to get back to me with that ticket, he could look at my all the stuff that's gone on with me as far as tickets are concerned. And to me, it felt like he just plucked what he saw on the screen. And that's the way I feel about it, because I don't recall all this, what he's saying, the reason why he stopped me. But I do recall him telling me that I had an attitude, and he just said himself that I wouldn't respond to him. So I'm not understanding how I can have an attitude. I wasn't talking to him nasty. I just told him for the paperwork. I told him that I was going to the hospital. So based on those two things that I said to him, he said I had an attitude. So now I didn't appreciate that, and I did not feel comfortable addressing him, and it was just me and him. If he had a partner with him, it would have been different.
I understand. Okay. So a couple things I just want to address there. I mean, one, we're here to deal with the tickets, not what may or may not have happened to stop. The court doesn't have any jurisdiction over the state police as far as that's concerned. But
but okay.
But they do have folks they answer to. So if that's something you need to follow up with, you can certainly do that. That's fine.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, but anyway, as far as the two tickets go, the court is satisfied that the trooper made the proper observations and the equipment that he was utilizing was properly operating. Therefore, the court does find you responsible for the speeding ticket and the improper passing citation. The speeding is $220 fine, and the improper passing is $130. Will you need some time to pay those?
Yep.
How much time do you think you'll need?
As much time as you can give me.
Well, I mean, let me find my calendar here. Hang on just a second. There it goes. Is 90 days enough?
Sure.
Okay, so today is, let's go August. Have it all paid by November the 5th. Is that good?
Sure.
Okay. Now, you do have 7 days to appeal my decision. If you choose to do that, you can call the court and the clerks can walk you through the appeal process as well. If November 5th starts to approach and you're still having difficulty paying these, please contact the court and let us know what's going on. Don't let those dates go by without either paying that or contacting the court, okay?
Okay.
All right, Ms. Courtney, you're all set. Stay safe, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just click off?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. Yes, you can just go ahead and leave. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, let's see.
I don't know how to get out.
I'll get you out. No problem. Hang on a second. Click there and there you go. Have a good day. All right. Blackburn was another yours, right?
Yes, sir. I think that's the only other one. If there's another one, if you could let me know, I can get that.
Nope, that's it. You're right.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hannah Blackburn?
Yes.
All right. Appeal of State of Michigan versus Hannah Blackburn 21S39199990. This citation was issued on July 2nd, indicating speeding on I-94 at or near Huron Street, Ypsilanti Township, Washtenaw County, State of Michigan, at 31 miles or more per hour over the speed limit. Trooper, are you ready to proceed, or do you have a proposed resolution at this time?
Yes, sir. Ms. Blackburn, I spoke to you on scene. You were up front, respectful on scene. I did confirm that your driving record was clear. However, I advise you the reason why I wrote you said citation for 102 miles an hour. I would be willing to, if you would like to, go down to a 15 mile an hour over the speed limit. That would qualify you for a Secretary of State class. And there would still be a fine. However, it would not be the $200+ and over 4 points. It would only be 2 points and I believe 155, sir, 160?
160, I believe.
160.
Okay. Yeah, I was mainly concerned about the points going on my license. So that would work out a lot better than the 4 points.
Right. And like I said, you would qualify for the Secretary of State class for that citation for the 11 to 15. You would not qualify for the 25+ over.
Okay.
Did you want to accept his offer, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, let me make some notes. I'll tell you what we'll do next here in just 1 second, okay? And that is limited access, right?
Yes, sir, that is.
Limit, okay. Okay, Ms. Blackburn, for the purpose of today's hearing, you are admitting responsibility to speeding at a rate of 11 to 15 miles an hour over the speed limit. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that was the offer, correct? Okay. All right. Court will accept the admission responsibility that results in the original citation of speeding at 31 miles per hour or more over the speed limit being dismissed. 11 to 15 carries a $140 fine. So we over quoted you the first time. It's $140. Okay. Can you pay that online today, or do you need some time to pay it?
I can pay it online.
Okay. So in an hour or two, you should receive a link from the court with our online payment system. Once you receive that, that's your indication we've updated our records, and you can go ahead and on and make that payment at that time. Okay.
Okay.
All right. You're all set. Stay safe. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Trooper. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day and a better weekend.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Your name, please?
Amber Kent.
Kent. Okay. Can you find your ticket? Hang on a sec. All right. Trooper Picktel.
What is it? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm bringing the trooper into the meeting here with us now as well. Trooper Picktel, can you hear us? Trooper, can you hear us? There you go. There we go. Good afternoon.
Yep.
All right, we have Amber Kent here on the line with us as well. Ms. Kent, I'm Mark Nelson. I'm the magistrate here at the 14B District Court, and we have Trooper Pixel. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. I thought this was the one for Mr. Mike Barrow.
I've got that one as well, but I've got Ms. Kent here, citation number 3891201.
Hold on, let me rifle through my paperwork. I don't know if I have that one. I don't know if I got the notice for that one, but that's not a problem. I can handle that one as well.
Okay.
I don't have that one. What's the citation for that one, sir?
Yeah, again, it's X389 1201.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not near my work computer. I'm saying, what did I cite her for?
Oh, I'm sorry. Speeding on I-94 on June 29th at 31 plus over the speed limit.
Okay, so over 100.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Do you mind if she's on here? If you don't mind, I'll have a little bit of a breakout session, see what she wants.
You can just ask her that
Yeah.
here.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
is she here?
Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am. So what are you looking for on this? Because obviously I had you going over 100 miles an hour, and that is, I mean, even for me, that's not even acceptable to do.
Well, as I explained to you, I mean, I have a situation. I live in California. My mom lives in Michigan still, and she's been going through like cancer treatments and stuff. And I fly standby. I had been trying to fly for 2 days. And I know, like, there's no excuse for me going 100 over the speed limit, but the flights were just overpacked. For me to get there in time for her thing, I had to rent a car, and I was speeding, and I apologize. And it's something that, you know, I needed to get to. So what I'm asking you is, because I can't have these points on my driving record. My job will not allow it. And I know you guys can work something out to where, like, I won't get any points. If you would do that for me, I would appreciate something like that.
So, ma'am, I'll be honest with you. So first off, I'm very sympathetic to what you have going on. I'm sorry to hear about your mother and everything, but unfortunately, even as I explained to you on the road, there's no reason to be going that fast, ma'am. Okay, so obviously,
And you're completely right.
and
And to be honest,
by going that
and to be
fast,
honest,
ma'am, can I speak, please?
yeah.
Okay. All right. So, and obviously going that fast, speeding is the leading cause of crashes and a lot of fatalities that we have on our roadway. And unfortunately, by going that fast, you're putting yourself at a bigger risk and of harming yourself. And I think even your mother would agree that it's like, hey, she'd rather see you be late for a flight than end up on the side of the road dead. Okay, ma'am?
I wasn't late for a flight. I was late to take her to a like I needed to be there at a certain time. So
I understand
the thing
that,
though
but
is
unfortunately, ma'am. So what's going to happen here is I'm still going to stick with what we have going here today. Okay, I don't think it was a sound decision of you to make to be going that fast. So, and I know you were well aware that you were speeding, ma'am. So I'm going to stick with what
the thing is.
Okay.
Can you let me?
I said my piece, ma'am. You said your piece.
Let me take my hearing back over, folks. Okay. So there is no offer, whether warranted or not. So ma'am, that leaves you with three options on a civil infraction like this. Okay. Your first option is to admit responsibility without an explanation. That's basically comes down to paying the citation, and the court can give time to pay if that's necessary. Your second option is to admit responsibility with an explanation. The court will take the explanation into consideration if there are any mitigating factors in the explanation that may be taken into consideration with regard to fines and costs. The court, however, has no discretion with regard to points on your license. That'll report back to Secretary of State, and they would be dealing with the points on their end. Or you may deny responsibility. If you choose to deny responsibility, the court would then take sworn testimony both from the trooper and yourself. And based upon a preponderance, which is a standard of proof in a citation like this, meaning roughly 51% to either side, the court will then make a determination as to whether or not you are responsible for the citation. Do you have any questions with regard to these three options?
I do, but can I just say something? Because I was watching my speed most of the time that I was driving, and I was driving between 80 and 90 miles per hour. And I know that's still speeding. So I find it hard to believe that I was driving over 100 miles per hour, because I don't even drive over 100 miles per hour. And I've been caught speeding before, and it's never been that high. And to be honest, I really so there's no way that I can get these points off where you can charge me with a higher fine, or I'm willing to pay the fine to get rid. I cannot have these points on my record.
I appreciate that. Unfortunately, the court's not in a position to make those types of changes. That's up to the charging officer. Who's the only person who can make that determination. He's indicated he's not going to make any change to the charge. So unfortunately, we're at the point where we are, where we'll have to have you decide which of the three options you wanted to take.
Well, I don't know, because like I said, I can't. How many points is this?
Since the Secretary of State traffics in points, I'm not sure, but is it 4 points, Trooper?
It's 3 or 4. I don't know off the top of my head either.
Yeah. That's okay.
So this is a COVID pandemic where everybody doesn't want to work, and they're trying to work off the government and stuff. And I'm literally begging you to make a change so I don't get points on my license. I cannot have this for my job. Is there no sympathy there? I mean, you can disregard my mom all you want, you know what I mean? But I need my job.
I believe the troopers made a decision, ma'am.
Can you see me right now? What can I do? What can I do? Can I apologize to you for that night? I was really stressed out. I don't know, and I get it. I'm admitting to you, that I made a mistake. Can you let me off? Please. I'm begging you right now. This is my job.
I understand that, ma'am, but no one held your foot down to that gas pedal except for your own foot. Okay, ma'am, you made that
It was
conscious.
at 3 o'clock there was nobody on the road. It was
Folks,
3 o'clock in the
folks,
morning.
It's
Okay.
still
Okay. Clearly, Ms. Kent, the trooper's made his decision. He's ready to proceed today. I need to keep moving things forward here. I hear what you're saying.
So what were my options again, sir?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry.
I'm happy to tell you that. It's no problem at all. Okay, so the first option, which is just paying the ticket, that's an option. The second option is to admit responsibility with an explanation.
Okay, pause there. Sorry. So if I just pay the ticket, I just get the points and I pay the ticket and that's it, right?
That's the first option. Yes. Yep.
Okay, and the second one is what?
You could admit responsibility with an explanation. At that point, the court myself does have some discretion with regard to the fine. I can't do anything about points, but I could, if there are any mitigating factors in your explanation, the court could reduce the fine. Or your third option.
The problem isn't the fine. I'm willing to pay the fine. Like, that's not where the problem is.
I understand that, Ms. Kent. I've heard everything you had to say on that point. But the problem is the court doesn't have discretion in regards to points. Okay, so I can't help you there one way or the other. All right. And the third option is to deny responsibility. At that point, we would have a hearing and would take testimony both from yourself and the trooper to make a determination as to whether or not you are responsible for the citation.
And like, what's gonna determine that? Because it's gonna be what, my word against the officer's word? Is that pretty much how that goes?
I'm sure that the trooper is going to testify that he took a speed reading with some sort of measurement device, but yeah, essentially that comes down to that.
So it's basically just like a trial to prove if I'm guilty or not. That's pretty much what that is.
Yeah, it's a mini trial if you want to call it that. Yeah.
And I mean, with me admitting responsibility to you today, because obviously I'm telling you that I was speeding. I don't think that I was going 101 at what he was trying to write me at, but I know that I was speeding. So I'm admitting responsibility. So if I go into court, it's pretty much gonna fall on his side in that case, right?
Well, I mean, I would have to hear the testimony first. I mean, both parties need to hit certain testimonial markers to prove or disprove their case. So, I mean, I can't tell you one way or the other ahead of time.
Well, what would you suggest would be the best? What I'm asking for. What would you say would be the best route for me to take?
Sure. Unfortunately, Ms. Kent, I can't give you advice on that. I mean, and your goal to do anything with the points is not an option. So, I mean, the one you have the most control over is the second one, whereby I could lower the fine. The third one is an all or nothing proposition. Either the trooper will satisfy the court that you're speeding at the rate he says you were, or he won't, and that's you're all in or all out on that one. The second one you have. There's some flexibility there with the fine.
Why do you hire such jerky cops?
Well, ma'am, that I appreciate your frustration, but the court doesn't hire cops, and that type of talk here isn't going to move this thing forward here today.
Well, I'm just literally I'm going through all this other stuff, and like I said, none of that has anything to do with you guys, and I understand that, but it's I know that he's able to make a different decision. So my question is, why isn't he? Why isn't he making a different decision?
Well, it's a matter of discretion, and I mean that's about all it comes down to. Is he doesn't have to put his decision making process on the record.
Well, I want to know. I personally want to know. Why won't you make this decision for me?
At this point, I just need to know which direction you're going to take on this. You have three options to proceed.
I'll take the second one, please.
Okay.
And you guys are really ridiculous. I can't believe this.
Okay. All right. Was there anything further you wanted to say, or has your explanation already been stated thoroughly enough?
No, I'm gonna give you. Do I have to give you the explanation now? Is that Is that what I do now, or?
If you'd like to, I mean,
like
I've heard a lot of what you had to say, but if there's other things you want to add, you can go right ahead.
Well, my explanation is this, okay? I'm going to give you the exact thing that happened. So
Okay.
I work for the airlines and I fly standby, okay? And I was trying to get from San Francisco to Detroit to take my mom to a surgery that she had for her breast cancer. I'm her only daughter. And I was trying to get a flight. So Sunday night, I couldn't get a flight. Everything was booked up. Monday, I ended up getting on a flight, but it was super delayed. When I got to Chicago, my flight had already left. So I looked at the flight for the morning. It was booked. I couldn't wait any later than that because of my mom's surgery the following day. I rented a car. Mind you, I paid almost $900 for a 2-day rental, which I was frustrated with and aggravated and sad because I'm dealing with all this stuff that, obviously my mom, and I get in the car and I drove from Chicago. I literally had 30 minutes to go before I was at my mom's house when I got pulled over. So, and I was tired. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. I was trying to hurry up and get there because I feel like I'm more focused when I drive a little bit faster, on the road as to instead of me falling asleep. So I was driving and like I said, I was paying attention most of the time and I was going about 80, 90 miles per hour. I don't remember ever hitting over 100, to be honest. And I seen a cop in front of me and I knew it was a cop. I knew it was a cop just based on how he was moving. He had no lights on and he was driving on the road. So and then I seen him kind of put on his brakes or whatever. So I knew that was a cop at that moment. And I looked down at my speedometer at that moment and I was only going a little 85 or something. So I slowed down and when he pulled me over, I pulled over immediately and I kind of had an attitude with him. I mean, I was upset, you know what I mean? I tried to explain my situation to him. He didn't care to hear it at all. He didn't have no sympathy at all for me or anything that I was going through. And so I got the ticket and got back on the road. And that's how it happened.
Okay. Of course, taking the explanation into consideration will reduce that fine. It normally carries a $330 fine. The court will reduce it down to a $200 fine. Are you able to pay that today or do you need time to pay it?
No, I can pay it today.
Okay. So Ms. Kent, what will happen next is the court's going to email you a link to our online payment system. Probably in an hour or so, you should receive that. Once you receive that, you'll know that we've updated our records on our end and you can go ahead and make that payment. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Stay safe. Have a good day. I'm not sure who this is. Oh, I do know who it is. Okay. Mr. Hyslop, can
Hello?
you hear me okay, sir?
I'm sorry, what's that?
Can you hear me okay?
No, a little on the low side.
Is this better? Can you hear me now?
You can pick the volume up a little bit.
How about now? Can you hear me?
That's a little better.
Okay, I'll try to keep my voice up.
Okay, thank you.
Phillips Lane Township versus Gordon Hyslop, case number 21W001871. Good afternoon, sir.
Hello?
All right. Deputy Sims, you hear me okay?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
I was checking in with the deputy to make sure he could hear me okay.
Oh, okay,
All
sorry.
right. Deputy, are you ready to proceed today or did you have a proposed resolution this time?
We can proceed.
Okay. Mr. Hyslop, you were cited on July 12th on Ecorse Road for impeding traffic. Okay, you have 3 options available to you today. Your first option is you simply can pay the ticket. Your second option is you could admit responsibility with an explanation. If there are any mitigating factors in that explanation, the court could lower your fine. All right. this is a 0-point citation, so points aren't an issue at this point. Or your third option is to deny responsibility. If you'd like a hearing on the matter, the court would then take sworn testimony, both from the deputy and yourself, to make a determination as to whether or not you are responsible for the citation. Do you have any questions on that?
What would that fee be if I had
I'm
to
sorry?
pay? What would that fee amount be if I ended up losing my case? What would it cost me?
The fine on this matter as it's written is $180.
Well, I would like to contest the
Okay,
ticket.
gentlemen, raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you swear or affirm the testimony provided to you will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in the matter before the court today?
Yes.
I do.
All right, Mr. Hyslop, the deputy's going to testify first, and then you can respond when he's done, okay?
Okay.
All right, deputy, proceed.
On the day of July 12th, I was behind Mr. Hyslop. He had went through a yellow light turning red at Michigan and E-course. That was my reason for stop. I stopped him, realized that his driver's license was expired in October of 2020. Therefore, I had cited him for impeding traffic.
Okay. All right, sir, what do you want to tell the court?
Okay. I do have my license renewed. It's I got that taken care of. And the ticket, as I told the police officer, I guess it's just my opinion against what he told me. But he said that I had ran 2 red lights. Well, actually, and I'm trying to be honest now, I'm not lying. Those lights that I went through were not red, they were yellow. I realized I was cutting it close, but you know, there's 3-4 second delay. When you come up to a light, it turns yellow. You have a little few second time to clear that intersection, so you don't have an accident. And I had gone to yellow lights, not red lights. That's my point.
Okay. Deputy, you were behind him on both these instances, I take it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And in your observation, given the speed you observed and the conditions, would he have been able to stop safely at the yellows?
The second one, yes. The first, I think he could have made it through, but the second one, I think he could have stopped.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Hyslop, in Michigan, when you see a yellow light, that's the same as a red light. You need to make all efforts you can do to stop when you see the yellow light. Okay. So the court does find there was a basis for the stop, and does find by entering the intersection against your right of way, you would have impeded traffic coming the opposite direction. So the court does find you responsible for the citation.
Well, if you're going through when it's that close, you don't have time to stop. So rather than stopping in the middle of the intersection, I just continued on, made the turn.
Okay.
But it was yellow when I started in it, what I'm saying.
I hear you, and I hear the deputy also gave me testimony as well, and the court's made its determination. Can you pay that today, or do you need some time to pay it?
I'm sorry, what was that?
The fine is $180. Can you pay that today, or do you need time to pay it?
So am I going to be charged with that?
Yes, that's the amount you owe. Can you pay it now, or do you need time?
Can I make payments on it?
Yes. Yep. How much time do you need to pay it?
What was it, 180?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can I make that in 3 payments? It'd be $60 each payment.
Absolutely. So you'll have it paid by November?
So there's no way that I could be cleared from this ticket then?
Not from the testimony I heard today, no.
Well, did he have a picture of it on his?
So he indicated he was right behind you and made verbal observations of you, sir.
Yeah, but those cars go through yellow lights all the time. As long as it's cleared before it's red.
I appreciate what you're saying, and if you want to appeal my decision, you can do that. You can walk over the counter, and they'll tell you how to file an appeal. Okay?
So what does that involve doing?
They'll explain it to you at the counter. If you'd like to appeal it, just walk over there. I'll talk to you about it. Okay?
Okay.
All right, but otherwise, if you don't appeal it, you have until November 5th to pay it. Okay?
Okay.
All right,
Thank
so
you.
you're all set. All right, stay safe. Deputy, do you have any others? Was that it?
I believe that was it, sir.
All right, have a good day.
Thank you. You as well.
Thank you. All right, Trooper, looks like your other is gonna be a no-show. Appeal of State of
Okay.
Michigan versus Mike Barrow, 121S 3922177. Defendants failed to appear. Would you like a default judgment?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, let me just check real quick and make sure I got everybody accounted for. Sometimes people come under different names. Let's see. Bradford. Smith. Groom. Yep, that's everybody. Okay, you're all set, sir. Have a good day.
Yeah, have a good one. Bye.
Thanks. Afternoon, Trooper.
Good afternoon, sir.
This one's not yours. I'm gonna take care of it real quick and then get your others. Hopefully. You have Groom and Smith, right?
I got Groom, Holland, Canoeing, Ranger.
Hi, Ms. Bradford.
Gruber.
Yes. Can you
All
hear
right.
me?
Yes, I can, ma'am. How are you today?
I'm doing fine.
Phillips Lane Township versus Chanel Bradford, 21W001592. Ma'am, the deputy issued this ticket is not here today. That means your case is dismissed, okay?
Okay. Okay.
You have a
Thank
good day.
you.
All right.
You
have a good
too.
day.
Bye.
So I've got Groom and Smith in the waiting room.
All right. All I got is Groom, and then I got 4 other ones that you didn't say. I don't have Smith. Can you give me Smith's number real quick?
Yep. It's
Hang on 1 second, sir.
Okay.
All right, I'm ready for it.
X3925 841.
Francis Smith.
Yep.
All right, I got that one too.
Mr. Groom, you hear us okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Let me just get a message off to Mr. Smith here, see if we can get him connected. Hang on a second. Okay.
Okay, you hear me? There you go.
Yep, we can hear you now. Okay. So Mr. Smith, just hang tight. I'm going to deal with Mr. Groom and we'll come to you next. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Appeal of State of Michigan versus Terrence Groom, 21S 392236346. Excuse me. Citation issued on June 30 of this year on I-94 Adderley, Michigan Avenue, cited 11 to 15 miles per hour speed limit. Trooper Well, do you ready to proceed, or did you have any proposed resolution this time? And this is on Groom, Trooper Welly.
Groom. I could reduce it to a 6 to 10 over.
Mr. Groom, troopers offer in exchange for you admitting responsibility of speeding at 6 to 10 miles per hour speed limit on the highway. He would dismiss the original citation of 11 to 15. Did you want to accept that offer, Mr. Groom?
Yes, I would.
Okay, let me make some notes. I'll tell you what we're doing next here in just a second, okay?
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Groom, for the purpose of today's hearing, you are admitting responsibility of speeding on I-94 on June 30th at 6 to 10 miles per hour speed limit. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
We'll accept the admission responsibility that results in a dismissal of the original citation of 6 to 10 over. $130 fine. Are you able to pay that today or do you need some time to pay it?
I could do that today.
Okay, so in an hour or so, you should receive a link from the court with our online payment system. That's the indication to you that we've updated our systems and it's ready to accept your payment, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, Ms. Groom, you're all set. Stay safe, okay?
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Smith, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Bill State of Michigan versus Francis Smith, 21S3925841. This citation was issued on July the 5th on I-94 at or near Michigan Avenue, cited at 11 to 15 miles per hour speed limit. Trooper, are you ready to proceed, or is any proposed resolution in this matter?
I'm not going to reduce this any further than what I did.
Okay. Mr. Smith, that leaves you with three options available to you today. Your first option is to admit responsibility without an explanation. In other words, simply pay the citation. The court can give time to pay if needed. Your second option is to admit responsibility with an explanation. The court will take the explanation into consideration. If there are any mitigating factors in the explanation, that may be taken into consideration with regard to fines and costs. The court does not have discretion with regard to points on your license as a function of the Secretary of State. If you're eligible for the points reduction, the Secretary of State would notify you by mail if they would be willing to do that with you, but that's their business, not the courts. Or your third option is to not deny responsibility. If you choose to deny responsibility, the court would take sworn testimony both from the trooper and yourself, based upon a preponderance, which means roughly 51% to either side as a standard of proof. The court would then make a determination as to whether or not you are responsible for the citation. Do you have any questions with regard to these three options?
Yeah, the second option you said, I mean, so they're all involving points.
So yeah, the court can't add or reduce points. That's going to be what's going to be as far as the court's end of it's concerned. But if your driving record's good and this is an eligible citation, the Secretary of State has programming where they would remove the points. They would notify you if you are eligible.
How many points is this?
I believe at 11:15, that is a 2-point citation.
A 2-point citation from a 4-point original.
Well, with all due respect, I mean, I would like to ask the trooper if he could reduce it. You know, I mean, I'm totally sorry. I told him that day. I really don't even know what happened. That guy was mad at me for really no reason, and I just got caught up in it. I had 2 young boys in there. I really did not, mean to go that fast for sure. That being said, I'm getting married tomorrow, so I'd like to start fresh if I could. Even 6 to 10 or something, if it's at all possible to reduce with no points. That would be my, to the magistrate. I mean, that's what I would like to ask, if at all possible.
That'd be up to the trooper. Trooper, have you changed your mind at all since your first answer to that question?
No.
Okay.
I mean, he did everything he said there was true. But I'm out there and this is a road rage type incident, and I rode him lesser than the other guy.
Okay.
But
so the brakes already been given?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Okay, Mr. Smith, yeah, you're in the best spot you're going to get to.
Yeah, so I guess just pay the bill.
Okay. Did you want to offer any explanation to see if the court would do anything with the fine?
Sorry about that. Someone. Hello?
Yep. I was just asking, did you want to offer any explanation to see if the court would reduce the fine at all, or do you just want to go and pay it?
Well, no, I mean, the explanation is exactly what I said. I was coming back from Indiana, had a great weekend trip. I really don't even know how this even started. I did nothing wrong as far as I know. I was just driving with 2 young children, just coming back. And then I got a guy screaming next to me like I did something, and I did nothing wrong. I mean, other than I did speed and the trooper saw us, that's what I did wrong. I got caught. I was just trying to get to the exit. We were caught in traffic. It just didn't work for me to get out of the way. In fact, I was going to the exit and the guy got in front of me and slammed on his brakes. So that's how this all started. And, I mean, I really don't know what happened, Your Honor.
Okay. All righty. Of course, taking explanation into consideration and given the entirety of circumstances, I'll fine you as if it was 6 to 10. So it's a $130 fine. Can you pay that online today, or do you need some time to pay it?
I could pay that online today.
Okay, so the court's going to email you a link to our online payment system probably in an hour or so. You should receive that. Once you receive that, you'll know that we've updated our records and you can go ahead and make that payment. Okay, Mr. Smith?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're all set. Stay safe and congratulations on your upcoming wedding.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Hold on. You what? You want to save your food?
Okay.
That's all you have, Magistrate Nelson?
No, I've got a couple others. Hang on a second. Those
Okay.
are the ones that were here. Let's see what we got next.
Got an Alexander Hollins, a Sarah Kinnanen.
Okay,
Jas-
do you have Jasmine Granger?
Yeah, Jasmine Granger.
Okay, let's start with that one. People State of Michigan versus Jasmine Granger, 21S392575A and 75B. Defendant has failed to appear. It's now 1:48. There's nobody left in the waiting room. Did you want default judgments on these two?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. And Renee Gruber's was paid today, actually. Was that one of yours?
Yep.
Okay, that got paid. Let me check the other ones you said you had, because I'm out of files in my hand here. Let's see. What was the next one?
Alexander Hollins,
You spell the last name for me, please?
Hollins.
Okay. That's on August 5th, Drew.
August 5th.
Yep.
1 p.m. I'm guessing.
Yep. What was your next one?
Sarah Kinnanen,
You spell the last name for me, please?
Kinnuen.
Sarah? No, that's not. Kinnun.
Kinnuen. Yes, Sarah.
Oh, there. Oh, that is it. Okay, I'm sorry. August 5th.
I'll put those ones on the 5th. then. Thank you, sir.
I got somebody just popped in. Hey, let me see who this is. Your name, sir?
Mike Barrow.
Could you spell your last name for me?
B is in boy, E is in echo, Robert, Ocean.
Okay. So you're set at 1 o'clock. It's now 1:50. The trooper's come and gone. We did take a default judgment, but I'll reschedule that since you showed up now. Next time you're on the schedule, make sure you're on time, okay?
I believe it was at 1 o'clock, sir.
It is, and it's now almost 2 o'clock.
Oh my God. So, I'm actually in Mexico. I'm on my honeymoon, and I
Oh.
guess I am so sorry, sir.
You're fine.
I mean, just to show you, I'm so sorry.
Hey,
I'm
listen,
so sorry.
listen. We'll reschedule you when you come back. When are you back?
I come back Sunday, sir.
Okay, we'll put you out probably 2-3 weeks out from now. We'll reschedule you. Okay.
Would you like me to call back that Monday?
I call back and check in. Yeah, we'll get you back on the docket. But yeah, just give us a call. They'll give you the date when you check back in.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sir. You guys are an hour ahead, I guess. I'm so sorry.
Okay. All right. Enjoy your time down there. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Stay safe. Bye bye. All right, Trooper, you're all set. Thank you. Have a good day.